I'm going to try something a little different for the half-ton truck. So you guys know I have a 28-foot race trailer. That trailer is probably about 3,700 to 3,900 pounds empty. Now we have today a 2021 GMC Sierra 1500. This truck has the 5.3 liter V8. And check this out. It also has 77,000 miles on it. Now in the past, I always take out these tires and wheels I have in the trailer. So what I did today was I decided to put the wheels and tires and my generator out back to see if that will lighten the hitch weight just a little bit. Now I'm sure it will because it's all the way in the rear, and with all that stuff at the very front, it's like 1,600 pounds of hitch weight. Now with it in the back, that should change it significantly, well not significantly, but it should change it enough to help with the testing. Now when I take all that stuff out, the hitch weight is just under 1,200 pounds, I think is what I last got it weighed at with my truck. So this should be an interesting test. Now in today's video, we're gonna take it over the CAT scale so we can see how much payload we have, how much axle rating we have. And yeah, in the next video, we're gonna go up a 6% grade to see how that 5.3 liter does. Here are the numbers on the door. You guys can see the gross axle rating out back is 3,800 pounds, which tells me this truck does not have the max tow package. 7,000 pound gross fuel weight rating. And then here are the towing numbers. I like that GM gives this to you. So conventional towing is going to be 9,200 pounds, and they're saying that the max tongue weight is 920 pounds. So gross combined weight ratings 15,000, which is pretty typical on these trucks. And then you guys see the curb weight right there with the payload at 1,586. And then here are the numbers on the yellow sticker. Now this was the last year for this interior, and I've actually owned a 2023 HD with this interior, and it grows on you. Honestly, the simplicity of it is nice, and it still has a lot of nice features, but they were definitely lacking behind the competition, especially when Ram redesigned the truck in 2019, because this got redesigned in 2018, 2019 as well. So it was definitely lacking for sure. I think they weren't ready for what the competition was doing, and it really showed on the interior front. But here is the backup camera. You can zoom in, and it's not too bad. They have some of the best cameras, honestly. And let's see, I'm gonna probably have to lift this up just a hair because that hitch might be too low for this truck. Oh yeah, I'm gonna come up to at least here, because on these half tons they do squat a good bit, and I might have used my hitch for a 1-ton truck, which is why it's a little bit lower. So yeah, we're gonna come up a few slots here. So let's just go ahead and measure really quickly. We're gonna use, let's use 42. I like that number. I just measured, it's basically 2.87 inches of a drop. So just under 3 inches basically, which is pretty typical. Now that's with me putting all the extra weight on the rear, but we are all locked in. I did cross the chains, and I also had to take out some of this slack in the chains so they don't drag on the ground. But all I have to do now is just put my breakaway switch in, and then we're pretty much ready to go. But yeah, the truck definitely is squatting. And GM trucks definitely do squat the most. But you guys can see the leafs out back. They give you 3 leafs in the main, and then that bottom one's gonna be a helper spring. So yeah, pretty good. Now when you hook up to a trailer with the 7-pin, normally on GM trucks it takes you directly to the towing menu, so that way you can set up your trailer. Now today it's gonna probably be about 100 degrees. We're just gonna use guest trailer for now. And then what I'll do is, let's see, connections, no faults. Yeah, it just shows you this menu too. And then your trailer brake is down below here. Normally I put it on about 3.5 for GM trucks because they're pretty aggressive on the trailer brakes. Lastly, if you want to put it in tow haul mode, you have that over here, and then it just pops up with an icon right there, and you're pretty much done. Now this truck does have heads-up display, but they don't give you any towing menus on that right now. Hopefully in the future they'll do something like that. One thing that's really nice about the 5.3 is that low-end grunt that it has. It's like extremely torquey down low, and I really can't wait to see it in action on that 6% grade in the next video. So be sure to subscribe. But we are at the cat scale, and we are going to see if this truck will have enough payload for this trailer. And obviously we're gonna see what the axle is out back. So yeah, this should be interesting. Not having all the extra weight on the front but on the rear, hopefully it took a little bit of tongue weight off the truck too, because I have the car a little bit further up than I normally do, and so that could add to that hitch weight when I have that stuff in there. So hopefully it takes a little bit off in this scenario. Wow, that is actually pretty shocking. We are under the GVWR, but we are over the rear axle. So if this truck had the max tow package, it would upgrade the axle out back. I think it puts it at 4,100 pounds or something like that. So we probably would have been right there on the axle. And if you use a weight distribution hitch, you can make this work. So adding all the weight to the rear of the trailer actually helped out. So let's go ahead and check out the numbers in the spreadsheet, and then we'll jump back into the video. Before we get started, I always make this point. If you're looking at a trailer like mine, I have a 28-foot race trailer, as I call it. This is way too big for any half-ton. The only reason why I do these towing tests is to show you the stability that they have pretty much at max. And I will say, this truck is probably the best I've seen in a while, because it does have close to 1,600 pounds of payload. But if you are looking to tow with a half-ton, you want a race trailer similar to mine, I would say 24 foot or less and 100% aluminum, because the hitch weight on steel trailers is just so high. Even without anything inside my trailer, I'm right at 1,000 pounds for hitch weight. So just keep that in mind. Now on the left side, you guys can see these are the numbers that you guys saw on the door all the way down to the gross combined weight rating. And towing capacity actually was on there too at 9,200 pounds. So all in all, the truck does have good towing numbers. The only downside is the gross axle rating out back. It's only at 3,800 pounds. So there is a max trailering package that will actually extend that out to about 4,100 pounds. So even still, I'm over. You can use a weight distribution hitch, but you're still gonna have to figure out if you're gonna have enough payload, because I'm the only person inside the truck without any gear in the bed. So once you start adding stuff to the bed, you have 4 passengers, you will 100% be over. So you need to get an aluminum trailer if you plan on towing with a half-ton. No matter which one you choose, you're going to be over on the number, especially this one here. You can use a weight distribution hitch, but if you want a trailer my size, get a HD pickup, because you don't have to worry about the numbers as much. You guys see here that we are under on the front gross axle for the truck. We are also under on the gross vehicle weight rating too by just 80 pounds. So we only have 80 pounds of payload left. And we are over on the gross combined and on the rear gross axle. Now, if you were to use a weight distribution hitch, you would put some weight back on the front axle and on the trailer axles. But again, you're still fighting against your payload capacity. So I would just recommend, as I said earlier, getting a smaller trailer. Maybe even an open trailer might be a good option for you as well. But just keep these numbers in mind, guys. Like, these numbers, they're harder on half-ton pickups. So if you do travel long distances, an HD truck is always going to be your friend. Now, if you're going to be towing 20 miles down the road and you don't really need a HD truck, this would be better with a max trailering package, low trim level to give you a little bit more payload capacity, and that should help you in the long run. That will pretty much wrap up the video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm going to try to post this video at least within a week of this one, so you don't want to miss it. We're going to go up a 6% grade. I'm pretty confident in this truck. We are higher above elevation, and I've already tested a 2021 Chevy Silverado 2500 with the gas L8T, which is a 6.6 liter V8. So let's see how this truck does against that one. See you guys soon.